In this video, I'll demonstrate how to create a basic chart using Google Sheets, which is available through Google Drive. To get started, use an internet browser such as Firefox or Chrome to navigate to drive.google.com. Sign in with your Google account or create an account if you don't already have one. Once signed in, you can create a new dataset from scratch by clicking New and then selecting Google Sheets. This will create a completely blank spreadsheet to start with. You can also copy an existing publicly available Google Sheets dataset into your own Google Drive account. To do this, you'll need to be signed in to your Google Drive account. Navigate to the URL of the Sheets data you wish to copy. Note that publicly shared datasets like this one may not allow you to edit the data directly. By importing a copy of the sheet into your own Google Drive account, you'll be able to edit the data and insert charts. Go to File, Make a Copy. You can change the name of the copy data if you like, or accept the default. Now that the sheet has been copied into your Google Drive account, you control the data. Unless you share the copied Sheets data using the Share settings, only you can update this data. Changes to the source from which you copied the data will not affect your copy. Next, you can quickly insert a chart by selecting Insert, Chart. Google Sheets will suggest some chart types based on its interpretation of your data on the Recommendations tab, but you can view all possible charts by selecting the Chart Types tab. Some charts may be unavailable to you because your data is formatted in a way that is not conducive to that chart type. In the example data shown here, I have two columns. One column represents an hour of the day, time, and a second column shows the number of questions asked in that hour as a numerical value. Based upon Google's understanding of this data, which is based on the data format of each column, Google suggests column charts, bar charts, or histograms. A bar chart is an obvious choice, because a bar chart clearly enables the viewer to see how the values change over time. A line chart would also be a reasonable choice. A histogram groups together values to show which values are most common. This histogram tells me that values between 0 and 50 are most common in column B, while values between 250 and 300 are least common. This can be an interesting way to look at your data if you are wanting to understand the frequency distribution of a dataset. For example, a histogram showing the distribution of scores on a test can allow the viewer to, at a glance, tell how many students achieved a score within a certain range. However, a histogram is not a good choice if you are trying to demonstrate how your data changes over time. In this example, I'm going to choose a line chart. After inserting the line chart, I notice a couple of problems. First, the line in my chart seems to swing back in an unexpected way. By examining my data, I can see that the line chart by default is attempting to connect the last hour of my chart, 12 a.m., with the first hour of my chart, 1 a.m. To fix this, I can modify my underlying data so that the hours progress in a more linear fashion. Next, I notice that the horizontal axis labels do not line up correctly with my data. The axis label begins at 4 p.m., and the point of the line that corresponds with the label is much lower than the actual data shows. To fix this, and better align my axis labels with my data, I can edit my chart settings by clicking the small arrow in the upper right-hand corner of the chart and clicking Advanced Edit. On the Customization tab, under Horizontal Axis Settings, I can check the box to treat labels as text. Note that on this menu, I can further enhance my chart by changing the colors and appearance of my chart if desired. Be sure that the changes you make do not distract from the meaning you are trying to convey with your data or overwhelm the viewer. Be careful when changing axis labels and adjusting the scale of your chart to not mislead the viewer. Drastic changes to labels or scale can make the data appear very different. Finally, you can share the chart you created with the world in the Publish Chart settings. In these settings, you can publish your chart as an interactive graphic, or you can publish it as a static image. An interactive graphic, for example, allows the user to hover over data points and see data values. Once the chart is published, you can share the link, or you can embed the chart on any website, such as a blog. You can also save the chart as an image file for use in other documents, but note that the saved image will not be interactive. Let's summarize what we've learned. Google Charts is an easy way to create basic charts and visualizations. You can copy publicly available datasets into your own Google Drive account to clean up and visualize the data. You can publish your charts and visualizations to share on the web, embed in a website, or export as an image to use in other documents. I hope that you enjoyed this video and have fun making your own charts using Google Sheets.